Break, a new study at Mayo Clinic will help doctors determine if Google search trends can identify COVID-19 hotspots.
KIMT News 3's Madeline Watkins spoke with the researcher with the study to see how it all works. She joins us live this morning. Madeline.
Yeah, good morning, Brooke and Tyler. So for doctors here at Mayo Clinic to be able to do this, they first started looking at all of the web searches in a certain area, which that sounds kind of nerve-wracking, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to break it down for you. Researchers looked for 10 specific terms through Google Trends, words like COVID symptoms, sore throat or cough, and all the way to Lysol, coronavirus vaccine, and COVID stimulus check. Dr. Mohammed Biden tells me they discovered those 10 terms are strongly correlated with the exposure of hotspots in our area, which essentially allowed them to be able to predict where a hotspot would emerge days before it actually happens. He says this is a tool the medical field has never been able to use before, so moving forward, it will now be a part of research in future pandemics. Dr. Biden explains it's something that's both preventive and predictive.
And so you can imagine if we can have predictors that are very early, up to 16 days prior to a hotspot emerging, you can imagine the impact that would have on epidemic or pandemic response, on the ability to get PPE to that area or personal protective equipment, on the ability to get appropriate testing to that area. And so rather than being reactive to hotspots emerging, this allows us to be a little bit more proactive.
Now to get back to that nerve-wracking part, Google Trends automatically generates depending on the number of searches of that keyword. So the more searches of a word, obviously the more popular it is. So they're not tapping into our phones, they're not hacking our internet. In fact, Google Trends only goes down to a city level, not an individual level, so you're definitely still safe. Live in Rochester, Madeline Watkins, KIMT News 3.
Real interesting stuff, Maddie. Thank you. So Mayo Clinic also recently introduced an interactive COVID-19 tracking tool, and that reports the latest data for every county in all 50 states. That's available for everyone to see.
As